You said it was second guess.
Good afternoon. We'll go ahead and get started. I'd like to welcome everybody to Moraine Park Technical College and our CNC and Welding Bootcamp completion ceremony. We're very happy to recognize and celebrate our students today. And we are very happy to have friends, family members, and business partners join us both in person and virtually. This is group number 40 and 41 to complete a boot camp at Moraine Park. For those of you who are not familiar with the boot camps, we call them boot camps for a good reason. Prior to the boot camp starting, the students complete academic testing and attend interviews with potential employers for their internship course. Once the boot camp starts, students are scheduled to be in courses Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30. Students in both boot camps complete an occupational math course, thinking critically and creatively, a blueprint reading course specific to their area, and also complete a 144-hour internship course. The welding students also complete courses in gas metal arc welding, gas tungsten arc welding, and welding theory and safety. And the CNC students complete basic programming, machine center operations, and turning center operations. In the boot camp, students earn either 14 or 16 credits in just 12 or 14 weeks. So they're full-time students with homework assignments, adhering to very strict attendance standards, and sometimes also trying to juggle jobs and family responsibilities and trying to have a bit of a personal life. The boot camps are grant funded, so there is no cost to the students, but we couldn't offer this program without the support of our business partners who offer a paid internship to our students. Upon successful completion of the boot camp, students can be offered a full-time job with the internship site. So it's free training with a paid internship and a possible job at completion. The boot camps are a great opportunity, but as I mentioned earlier, we call them boot camps for a reason. The students soon learn that it's not just a walk in the park. So congratulations on your achievement. We are very proud of each one of you. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our faculty in the boot camp program, and some of whom couldn't be here today. So our CNC instructor is James GYORFY. James did prepare a speech for today, but he is unable to be here. He was certainly planning on being here, and he's very sorry that he couldn't be. Dan Zoschke is our welding instructor. Dan is also not here today because we sent him to some really fancy robotic training out of state. But he did prepare a video for the students, so we will make sure we share that. Roy Krieger, he taught the Thinking Creatively and Critically course. Roy is actually on another teaching assignment today, so he was unable to be here. Joe Spesfer is our most amazing math teacher, and Joe is here today, and he will be sharing some words with the students. And we also want to give some special thanks to one of our retired welding teachers, Gary Watry, and an instructor in our program side, Andrew Luby. They were substitute teachers when Dan had personal emergencies, and so they were able to fill in on those courses and keep our boot camp students moving through their program. All right, so at this time, I would like to invite Bonnie Bearwald, Moraine Parks College President, up to share a few words with you.
Welcome everybody as well. Good afternoon. I'm Bonnie Bearwald, President of the college, and I personally want to congratulate those of you graduating today. There's a lot of academic rigor that comes with this, and not everybody is able to succeed. And so I just want to share my congratulations to you. And I do know the employers are actively waiting for all of you to graduate so that you can start employment soon. I actually had lunch with one of the employer partners a few days ago, and he was very excited about the opportunity to work with one of you as well. So with that being said, I do want to also share with you that education is a lifelong journey. At some point, you may want to come back or go on to further your education. And I want to just ensure you that no matter if it's a month from now, a year from now, or 10 years from now, Moraine Park will always be here for you, no matter what the situation. And just please reach out to us because, as you probably know, we have a very caring and collaborative work environment, and we'd be happy to help you no matter what your educational needs are. For those of you in the audience and listening and joining us online that are our employer partners, I certainly want to thank you specifically for allowing us to partner with you and to helping us navigate the journey for these young men and women, because it takes a lot of commitment from our employers to sponsor these individuals. In many cases, when these students are at the job sites, there's an assigned coach and mentor that has to come off of his or her job to teach the students. And so it is a big time commitment. And so again, we couldn't do this program without your employer support. So I thank you for the opportunity to partner with you and to help navigate the investment in workforce development for our community. And then finally, for those of you in the audience who are and online who are family, friends, neighbors, whoever else that happens to know our graduates today, we welcome the opportunity to thank you as well, because without you, in some cases, these students would not be here. They could not succeed without the network of support that potentially you provided to them. We recognize that sometimes it takes a village to train a person in their educational journey. And we certainly want to thank you for that. And my parting comments, other than congratulations again to the graduates, we welcome the opportunity to host cohort number 42 and 43 coming up in the future. So with that being said, we rely on word of mouth to fill some of these positions. So if, again, you know of other people in your social circles that might benefit from this program, please reach out to the individuals here, Nikki in particular, and work with her, because we'd love the opportunity to have other people succeed as you are today. So with that being said, congratulations and welcome to your commencement service. Thank you.
All right, as I said, James GYORFY is our CNC bootcamp teacher, and he is unable to be with us today, but he sent me a speech earlier. So for the CNC students, just pretend I'm Mr. GYORFY. You'll probably hear his message coming through this letter. He said, thank you everyone for coming to celebrate this year's CNC bootcamp completion ceremony. I wanted to start off by apologizing for not being able to attend. I wanted to reflect on my 5 students who successfully completed this fall's boot camp. From the first day of class with you, I could tell that this would be a good boot camp. Like so many boot camps in the past, life's challenges seem to try to get in the way of my students' success. These 5 students took those challenges and asked for help. I was glad to give or find them the support they needed. During the first day of class with these students, I told them I would have them through their first program and running the machines by the end of the week. I got a lot of blank stares and disbelief, but we did it together and they were off and running by the end of the first week. The students and I did a lot of things together: blueprint reading, 2D CAD, basic programming, setting up and running machining centers and turning centers. They also were required to take math, team building classes, and a 1-day-a-week internship. This was all done in 15 weeks, and that is the definition of a boot camp here at Moraine Park. I will not forget all the great questions that you asked, paying attention to safety, taking care of the machines, the respect you showed me, and most of all, the laughs. You are truly more than just my students. We're friends. I'm excited to hear all of your success stories in the near future. I have so many people to thank for their support and help to make this boot camp a success. Thank you to all the business partners for being supportive to the students and being so gracious when I come and visit. At Mid-States Aluminum, Ms. Joanne Schneider, Mercury Marine, Mr. Bill Riffle, FCE Manufacturing, Mr. Doug Pribble, and RB Royal, Mr. Adam Waldvogel. Thank you to all of my past boot camp students who reached out to me so that they could come in and speak with this class. It meant more to me than you will ever know. I also have to say a special thank you to Armin Rashvan for stepping in when it was needed most. I won't forget our conversations, your open mind, and willingness to solve problems. Good luck to you and your new adventure. Another big thank you goes out to Mr. Joe Thurin. Thank you for all of your help with my new curriculum, the 2D CAD mold and die blueprint reading. Thank you, Joe Spesfer, Roy Krieger, for the great job you did with these students. Joe, you are so much more than just a math instructor. Thank you to my 5 students, Ken, Connor, Devin, Patrick, Yusei, for completing this boot camp, being helpful and respectful to one another. You deserve all the good that is coming your way. Remember to go to work every day, be on time, ask questions, take notes, and remember these 3 words. Do you know what I'm going to say? Distance to go. Thank you for the opportunity to be your boot camp instructor, James GYORFY. And so now we will have Devin Ferguson, CNC bootcamp graduate, come up and share words with the class.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I would like to thank you for coming to this year's 2021 CNC bootcamp graduation ceremony. I'm Devin. I'm just here to tell you about, the things that me and my classmates went through while going over this program. For one, I come from a different background of, I lived a different lifestyle than everyone else in my group. I was doing the wrong thing, and I was, dealing with the wrong people and dealing with the wrong crowd. And I just been through some stuff in my life, and I was able to turn my life around. And I feel like this boot camp helped me a lot. And I'm sorry Jim couldn't be here, but he was like my main supporter. He pushed me, always told me to be here on time, and I made sure I did what I was supposed to do. And I was successful through the program. And like with the guys in my group, they also pushed through and did what they had to do. And I'm sorry, like the other 2 guys couldn't be here today, but I really enjoyed my time in the program, and I really would recommend anyone to do it. If you know someone, like just let them know, like you should be able to do the program. Is helpful in the long run. Yeah, as I was saying to the guys in my group, you say, Connor, I appreciate you guys for, showing up, and also, you have my back the entire way through the group, though. We can go a long way in saying how we did and what we did, but I really enjoyed my time in the program and the boot camp, and I feel like with the stuff I learned, I would be very successful, like going to work and, just being responsible. Class was fun, but as we know, things get tough. Our instructor, Jim, he was very tough at times, and, you have to be, he always told us, like, it's a difference for me being your teacher, for me being a supervisor at work. And he always drew that line, like, I'm going to be your teacher when it's time for me to teach you something, but I expect you to learn something. So I took it and ran with it, man. And as you know, he always told us when we go into our job or on site, always remember the 3 words, distance to go. And yeah, that was mainly so we don't crash the machine, break the tools and stuff like that. So hopefully, happily no one in our group broke any machines. Well, we didn't tell them we broke it, so yeah. We got through it, and like as I said, I had a wonderful time in this program, and thank everyone for coming and just showing up and just being here for the support. And thank you.
And now we will have Timothy Sullivan, CNC Boot Camp alumni guest speaker.
Good afternoon. My name is Timothy Sullivan. I am a graduate of the Fall 2019 CNC Boot Camp. I'd like to begin by thanking the business partners as well as family and supporters of our graduates today for being here. I would also like to thank Nikki and Jim for giving me the honor to be the speaker for today. So I'm going to kind of go over what I felt in the boot camp, starting out at the time of me finding out about the boot camp. I'd already changed my mind on what I wanted to do as a career many times. At first, I wanted to be a geneticist, a police officer, among a couple of other things. And then, like most, not knowing what they wanted to be at all. I found the boot camp by complete accident while coming in with my younger brother because he was interested in diesel maintenance. I accidentally found my career path while visiting with him. Fast forward a couple months, I started the boot camp not knowing entirely what I was getting myself into. Especially on the first day, there were plenty of days that I thought about just staying home because I wanted a couple extra hours of sleep, because it's kind of hard getting up at 6 in the morning, getting ready and coming in on time every day, or not completing homework at all because it was difficult, especially after having troubles making a program one day after having just one extra decimal point. I spent 4 hours looking for that extra decimal point. It wasn't always frustrating though. In the mornings, Jim always asked us how everything was going, especially on Fridays when we had finished our days at our internships. Jim and Nikki were always there asking us what we did, making sure we were learning stuff, whole 9 yards. Jim encouraged us to do our best during his time as my class teacher. He wants every one of his students to succeed. It does not matter any sort of way about your background. Jim is going to make sure you want to get, or he wants you to get through his boot camp. Without Jim and Nikki, I would not be in the position I am today. I remember Jim saying on the first day of the boot camp that it opens doors to opportunity completing the boot camp. And in a way, I found that to be a lie. With the right attitude and willingness to learn, you're not just opening the door to your next opportunity, you're taking a sledgehammer to that door and you're completely smashing it down. I completed the boot camp and started working with my business partner, Mid-States Aluminum, as a full-time employee. In about a year's time with hard work and what I was taught from the boot camp, I earned a promotion that I couldn't be happier with where I'm at today. If I hadn't taken the camp or the boot camp, it would have taken me years to get to where I'm at currently. For that, I am sincerely thankful for Jim, Nikki, Joe, and Beth. She was the team building teacher when I was there. For all the things they taught me while I was enrolled in the boot camp, I can say with 100% confidence that the boot camp is the best decision I've ever made in my life. And that becomes something that current graduates can, or I'm hoping that's something the current graduates can say in the future. So for the graduating class of fall 2021, I congratulate you on completing the course. But this is only the beginning. You have your whole careers ahead of you. This is just the first step, is graduation today. And before I finish my speech, remember these words: 2 thumbs up. Thank you.
Thank you, Devin and Tim, for sharing your words on your experience in the boot camp. We really appreciate you speaking with us today. So now we'll take a look at the welding boot camp. Our welding instructor was Dan Zoschke. And Dan, as I said earlier, sent a video in, and so we'll watch Dan's video.
Hello, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dan Zoschke, and I'm the welding instructor for our boot camps. This fall has brought yet a different welding group. These students were ready to learn the trade and learn it fast. 11 of you took on to welding very quickly. My favorite part of this group was to listen how your Thursdays went. I would ask questions like, what process would you work with? What did you work on? Or how well did you do it? You guys started every day with a positive attitude. Excited to see me, of course. You guys used teamwork and bounced ideas off one another. You helped that student that had questions in and outside of class. Some of you even exchanged numbers so no one was left behind. Lab time came. You were dying to get into a lab and get welding. I showed you some different techniques to try. I also showed you how to adjust yourselves and the machines. You all listened very well. Your hand-eye coordination skills took over. Today is here. Some of you accepted positions within your internships. Some decided to continue your education. Both are great ideas. I'm impressed on how far you guys have all come today. Remember your first welds? And now look at them. Your tests were awesome. I'm extremely happy to be a part of your new skill. Please be loyal and honest and punctual with your employer. Lastly, congratulations. Thank you for everything.
And now we'll hear from our math teacher, Joe Svesfer.
Good afternoon. My name is Joe Seifzer, and I am not a math instructor, but I enjoy teaching math, how it brings value in your life and in your job. And I'm so fortunate and so happy that I get to speak for this class because this is my 29th math class that I've taught here at Moraine Park. And they have set a standard that the other 28 can't come close to. The fall 2018 group, they were pretty good. They did a lot of great things, and the Burke Center class was something. But this class here, I have missed you guys and gal for the last 2 weeks without that 8 o'clock in the morning class. It's just, I really do miss it. And I will tell you, you've heard me say this before, and some of you are going to wonder about this. I would never, in my military team building and in my manufacturing team building in the local area, I would never want to accidentally have you on my team to solve a problem. I would come looking for you. I want you deliberately to be on my team. Now, one person helped me coin that phrase 2 classes ago. Emmanuel Howard. I scared the heck out of him one day. I walked up to him. I go, I would never I never accidentally want you on my team. And he looked at me and I go, I would come looking for you. When I see how you do your work and you lay out your thought process as a team leader, this is what I need to solve problems. This is where you bring value. This class did that incredibly and together. Now, for those of you who don't know, our math application, it gives every student the same problems, but they all get different numbers. So they just can't copy their answers. They have to collaborate with concepts. So one day, typically our classes are 3 hours long. The first 2 hours, we go over lecture and learning and everything. And the last hour, they get to work. I come back from a break because once we start the homework section of the class, we all take breaks when we need them. When I come back in, Jared and Zach are up at the board and they're writing like crazy. And I open the door and it was just like, they're like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. We're up in his space. And they go, and they looked at me and I go, it's all right. Keep doing what you're doing. And he goes, well, we had a question. And I'm going, go for it. And so they laid it all out and then he had some questions. I go, perfect. What did we talk about? First, you have to learn, then you have to do, and then to master something, you teach. And you were all taking turns doing this. They couldn't share answers because they all had different numbers. They had to share concepts and thought processes. And to watch this group work together, incredible. Then one day they go, Joe, Roy gave us some stuff to do. We need a little time. It's like, okay. And you should have seen them collaborate on some of Roy's work. I go, if I didn't have another class after this one, I would definitely want to come and see how your presentations went. Because your conversations and your asking of questions, yeah, that would have been a treat to see. You set a standard. So I bring that up because the second point I want you to make or think about here at graduation is Jim Rohn, who's a motivational speaker, says that we are an average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. Well, for the last 16 weeks, you have had 10 other students that are providing this momentum, this encouragement, this engagement. My fear is that once you graduate and you get out there, don't just let that happen. Go out and look for it. You saw the names up here. I've got Jim. I've got Roy. I've got Dan. I've got Nikki. We pump each other up so we make a difference for you. And then something that at every Moraine Park event I've been to, I've never seen this happen. But those two over there, Matt and Hannah, I don't think they've ever been thanked. But a lot of our days, we had issues before you got there, and those two solved it. Individually or as a dynamic duo, those two make a difference here, okay? Look for those people when you get out there. Sometimes you might be the catalyst that brings that out in others, but you're gonna need people around you so you keep that momentum going. You experienced it in class. Keep it going, okay? We talked about that where's it's going in the future. I run into Thomas Schmeling in West Bend after class the other day. And he's graduating. He had another degree that he's got here. He's got a job at Milwaukee Tool. He goes, I just put a house or a down payment on my house. And he goes, I would have never expected that boot camp would have led to this. And he goes, right now they're offering me the opportunity to go back and get a 4-year degree. This is Milwaukee Tool doing this for him. I'm not just a math instructor. You're not just a welder. They're not just IT. Welding is out of this world. If you want to talk to somebody, my brother's here from NASA today here for Christmas vacation. He has operated a welder in 0 gravity. And he is working on the mission that's going to Mars. If you want to talk about it, you are not just welders. This is just, I liked your thing, Tim. Bust the door down. You have no idea what's ahead of you. Go look for it, grab it, make a difference. You sure made a difference in my life. And I thank you very much for that. I think it's time I get quiet because they're probably not going to ask me to speak anymore after this, but thank you for the opportunity. You are awesome.
Joe, thank you for your enthusiasm. And I apologize. I know I butcher your last name every time I say it. But I also think you can be the sub and MC next time too. So. All right. At this time, I would like to welcome 2 of our welding students up, Jared Lancey and Zach Prater.
Same time? All right. No, wait for him. All right. Joining the Moraine Park Technical College Welding Bootcamp has easily been one of the most rewarding decisions of my life so far. Before this bootcamp, I was feeling lost on what the future held and where I was headed. Now, after it all, I can say that this program has given me far more than I thought I would get going into it. More than just a certificate and a valuable skill, This program has shown me opportunities to entrepreneur my own welding business. I have been shown how to use math to my advantage in more than just welding, and I have been shown how different mindsets and methods of thinking can change how I perceive different issues in my life. From certain classmates constantly welding coupons to the table, arguing with the class about the correct answer to question 11, and going to all the different school events with my class, I can say personally, I've never had more fun in a classroom setting. The future for us all after this boot camp will certainly be different, but one thing we all have in common with our futures going forward is the potential and opportunities set before us to succeed that this program has given us. Speaking more on the experiences from his own eyes, Jared Lansey.
Okay, I drafted a short little testimonial here. I'm probably gonna go off the cuff a bit. Nikki already doesn't like where this is going, but I'll try to keep it brief though. Basically, when I started this, I didn't really know what to expect going into it. I knew it was gonna be a rough few weeks. It's been a long few months, but so far, I would say that everybody in the class outperformed what the expectations they had for us was. It's hard to top what Joe said. Not even gonna try it. But I just do want to take a second to thank Nikki for setting this whole thing up. Thank Joe for teaching us, Roy for setting up an entire curriculum last minute, Pam for leading us down the road to financial ruin and helping some of us gain 10, 15 pounds. Lisa for setting up all the activities we tend to crash and ruin for the linemen. Dan for teaching us what happens and what it sounds like when a McDonald's breakfast sandwich reaches terminal velocity. But in general, I mostly just want to sum it up by saying you guys outperformed the expectations they had for us. You got job offers lined up. I'm personally starting Monday. And honestly, I just want to say that I'm proud of this group. And pretty much the world's your oyster. All that's left for you is to reach out and take it. Can I get down now?
Thank you, Jared and Zach. Before we do the presentation of certificates, I just want to make sure that we point out on the back of your program is a list of all of our business partner internships. And as I said earlier, we couldn't do this program without our business partners. And so we have Apache Stainless Equipment Corporation, FCE Manufacturing Solutions, Hybrid Lifts by Custom Equipment, Maysteel Industries, Mercury Marine, Mid-States Aluminum Corporation, RB Royal Industries, the Jormac Company, Wabash National, and Wisconsin Stamping and Manufacturing. Thank you so much for your participation and partnership in our boot camps. So next we will do the presentation of certificates. And so if Bonnie will join us up here for the presentation.
Joe, could you come up for handshakes as well, please? We'll have you guys go. Yes. I can, yeah. Right over there. So students, just some directional, as I call your name up, please come around here. I believe we're allowed to shake hands now. So we can shake your hand. I'll give you your certificate. Before we do that, I do want to just echo everybody's statements here and thank the support networks that showed up today, both virtually and in person. There's a few loved ones I know that couldn't make it, but you guys should all be very, very proud of our graduates. They've done an excellent job through a very rigorous program with a very strict attendance policy and very high demands. So be very proud of yourselves, you guys, but also thank your support networks, because without them, you guys probably couldn't have made it through some days. But echoing Joe and Tim and Devin and Jared and Cody, sorry, not Cody, Zach. Cody Cody's behind him. This is just a stepping stone. Break down the wall, grab the opportunity with both hands, and go and be successful. Make yourselves proud and make us proud. So congratulations on your successes. We hope to hear about those successes in the future. Please shoot me emails and brag just a little bit. I love hearing those stories down the line. So thank you for everything you guys have done and everything you brought to the table for this program. And congratulations. So we're going to start with the CNC group. I would like to start with Yusei Chang. He's the first one, you guys. Yes, now everybody else knows what to do. So Devin Ferguson. Connor Phillipsky. Patrick Treeloff. And Ken Yoshino is also one of our graduates that couldn't be here today, but congratulations, Ken. So congratulations, CNC group. Well done. On to welding. You guys are up. Joshua Boilo. John Dwyer. Jesse Gadina. Jennifer Grunder. Cody Holter. Jared Lancy. Victor Nelson. Zachary Prater. Eric Sterna. If any of the group have any comments while Shane Thornson comes up, please feel free. Shane Thornson. Congratulations, graduates. So thank you all for being here. As we wrap up, I'm going to ask the students to stay up front for group photos, please. Bring your diploma covers and come up to the front here. Everyone else, there are some cupcakes and beverages over along the side here. Please help yourselves. Stay and socialize as long as you'd like. And thank you again for coming to support all of our graduates today.